Welcome to a surprise Saturday episode of Two Average Husbands. I'm your host, Jake.
I'm your host, Kyle. Jake, you're a little quiet. Just wanted to let you know.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
That's a little better. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Two Average Husbands. It is Saturday. It is unusual for us, and we are doing this impromptu style for multiple reasons. One, Jake was too busy on Wednesday, as he alluded to on Twitter, so no big deal there. We can always reschedule more important things in life to take care of for sure than this podcast. The other reason is I've been staring at a computer doing school for 2 days straight, and I'm ready to fucking take a break. So here we are. Do I sound goofy too, man? I feel like my hat,
You sound fine to
feedback
me.
is like muffled to me, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, here we are. We're gonna do this more open forum style. We're gonna have some beers like always, and we are going to try, to answer a bunch of questions that Jake has been soliciting while I've been trying to run around and get things done.
Hell
for
yeah.
everybody. So, Jake, start us off. Tell us what you're drinking, and then we'll get into the questions.
I'm starting off with Microphone Brewing's Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is a Berliner-style Weiss beer with blueberry and maple syrup.
Blueberry and maple syrup.
I
What do you think about
literally,
that, Lewis?
I saw them post this beer on the Instagram of the bottle shop that I always go to, which is Flight Bottle Shop in Yorkville, Illinois. For anybody who wants to go there, you should. They post on Instagram, and Jess and I literally both saw beers in their post that we loved and really wanted, so we drove there. It was like instant great marketing.
Which, introduce your dogs. They're in the background.
That is back there, the lab mix. You can kind of see his ear right there, or the pit mix, I should say. That's Ernest. He's actually leaving with Jess tomorrow. He gets heart surgery on Monday. He was the one that we ran all of the GoFundMe's for. And then Rini, my lab mix, is in here as well. And then Layla is in the crate over there. She gets anxious, so she's decompressing in her crate a little bit.
This is Lewis. You can barely kind of see his face. He's here. Oh, there you go. There's a good look. Lewis is going to sit on my lap and hang out with me while I do this podcast. All right, so I am drinking Darkest of Them All Black Pumpkin Oatmeal Stout from Buffalo Bills Brewery.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, agreed. It is a stout brewed with pumpkin and pumpkin spice. I am also a big fan of oatmeal stouts typically, so I have high expectations for this. And keeping it going with the seasonal mentality.
Dave over here, Toronto Dave, says he's starting off with Zerpal Sunset, which I'm 99% sure is a strain of marijuana. So more power to you, Dave. Dave also says sup to Ernest, sup the other dogs, sup Lewis, and hashtag Bills Mafia.
I won't correct you
love
on
it.
your spelling, but it's however you want to spell Lewis. You get the point.
Ernest is just take the A out of there, and you're good too. But it's
It
all
does
good.
make it look more like Ernst.
Ernest.
It's a little weird not to have the A.
Ernest. Just being earnest. Anyways. Yeah, so I solicited a bunch of random questions just because we're doing this impromptu. We didn't plan the traditional questions that we normally do here. So I have been asking everybody on Twitter. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. As you can see our names on the screen, at Perry_FF and at Kyle and her son, as well as at 2AVG Husbands. But we have some questions that have come in from the fans. Starting off, I think I know the answer to this one, but what is your biggest pet peeve while driving?
Okay. Yes, Dave, it is Louis. I think Carly would actually argue that it's like Gracie and Louie, Louie. But that's okay. He's always been Lewis. He's my bubby. He's bubby to me. It doesn't even doesn't matter. Anyway.
That, like, my dogs, so Ernest, we call him Ern. He gets called Ernie. We also just call him Boy. He's our only boy dog of the 5 dogs that we have. So he's Boy. And then, like, Rini, over in the dog bed there, she's Bean. She's baby, or not baby. She's Mama, because she's like the oldest of our dogs. So she's Mama. Like, dogs and pets just don't ever have one name. They have a million nicknames.
Never. Yeah, for sure. Okay, number one pet peeve while driving. I think it has to just be slow drivers. That might be the most consistent that I see and the most frustrating is, you could specifically say in the left lane if you really wanted to bring it to the highway level.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if it's on the highway or off the highway. If you're driving under the speed limit, I'm fucking losing my mind back there, like having a hardcore road rage.
Right.
It happened to me on the way back. I was getting food before we did this, or trying to get food, and I was stuck behind someone going 35 and a 45, and the person in the next lane was going like 38, so I couldn't go around either. So it's like that's probably it for me, I guess.
People who don't use their turn signal piss me off.
That annoys me, but it doesn't like enrage me like driving slow does.
That's fair. I think driving slow is the go-to. Like, just, I hate you. Or people who are driving way too fast. That also annoys me. Like, people who are doing 120 weaving in and out of traffic. I'm like, you're just asking for an accident to happen. And
yeah.
So that one's up there
like,
for me.
Specifically through like residential neighborhoods too. Like if you're going like 50 and like a 25 in a residential, like
fuck off.
You're an idiot, man. Like you're gonna hit a kid. Yeah, that sucks. The other ones like honorable mentions probably like getting cut off, or like people that don't understand merging.
Yep.
I've had a lot of raging about that in California because like, I think California is the worst state I've ever been in terms of like not being able to comprehend the merge. And so like you'll go through sections of traffic on the highway where like for 10 minutes you're in stopped traffic because people can't conceive like getting over to let the other highway merge onto the one that we're on.
Yeah.
So they just stop. And it's infuriating. But yeah, that's it.
Yep. Those are pretty solid. Next up, what is your go-to drunk food order?
Ooh, okay. Hold on. You go first. I got to adjust my headset.
It very much depends on where we're going for food.
Yes.
But I'm going to go to probably end up at Taco Bell.
That's where I was going to say too. Taco Bell is my probably number one drunk food. Probably.
Yeah. Let's do top three just to give some context
Place
here.
or order? Because I think they want order, right? That's
I'm
the
going to do
question.
the order as well. For me, I'm going to get 2 steak quesadillas, no sour cream, and order a nacho fries, a large Baja Blast, and a 4-pack of the Cinnabon Delights.
Did you ever try the frozen Baja Blast? Did I ever make you do
did.
that? I think they're so fucking good.
They are. They're very good. Number 2 for me would be McDonald's. I turn into a giant fat ass when I go to McDonald's. Fat Jake comes back out with a raging appetite, and I get 3 McDoubles plain, large fry, side of buffalo sauce, Diet Coke Light Ice, 2 chocolate chip cookies.
I fucked this pour up so bad. And I'm just
That's
trying to
tough.
like get rid of this now.
It'll go away eventually. And then the last one is probably, honestly, Mr. Beast Burger. I just DoorDash it.
Yeah, okay.
And there I get the, I think it's the Chris style, which is their double burger. It's like a double smash burger with French fries on it.
I still haven't tried it. Maybe I will eventually. I don't fucking know.
It's pretty solid.
I'm not that like, amped up about trying Mr. Beast Burger. Just the hype isn't there for me.
Dave said my order was elite and then called my McDonald's order soft. So, I mean, that's fair. The Taco Bell order is the go-to. That's my ideal drunk food, I think. That or if I could just like get like authentic Mexican tacos,
Yeah.
side of rice, beans.
Nah, I mean, like
Fuck
the
me
number
up.
of times that I've ever done that when I was drunk is like 0.
I normally end up I won't say 0 because we did a margarita crawl for the rescue and I ended up basically 12 margaritas deep and I ate basically that. So
Uncle
can't
Kyle
say it's
is
0.
not wrong. It's not just a Des Moines thing, it's an Iowa thing. I think Perkins was the number one stop for like anybody in Iowa specifically. I don't know about I won't like specify the Midwest, but in Iowa, Perkins was the drunk food, but not for me for a long time since I don't live in Iowa anymore. So for me, number 1 is Taco Bell, as Jake said. Recently I've been getting Crunchwrap Supremes.
Ooh.
And then you got to get the cheesy fiesta potatoes with the frozen Baja Blast. That being said, my typical order has always been 3 Doritos Locos Tacos Supreme, no tomato,
Nice.
with the cheesy fiesta potatoes and the Baja Blast. And then Carly likes to get cinnamon twists. And so when she does that, I always will eat a few of those. But it's not usually something that I order, although I did the other day.
Do you know the cinnamon twists are like pasta that's
Yeah, it's deep fried pasta. Yeah,
It's crazy to me.
it is crazy.
Uncle Kyle was saying that Mr. Beast Burger, since it's a ghost kitchen in Des Moines, it's made at Perkins.
Oh.
And I know for
makes more
us,
sense.
like our local one is actually Red Robin.
The one that makes the Mr. Beast Burger?
Yeah.
Red Robin is like, I have a really hard time determining if their food's good or not. I love their like fried pickles because A, they use chips and they're delicious, and B, their sauce is amazing. But you can tell that their burgers are like frozen stacked burgers from Walmart.
Yeah, they're
Like, the
you can
actual
get the
meat.
same patty at Costco. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. But generally speaking, they make a decent burger. Like the meat quality is depressing. All right, number 2 for me is, if I go with like frequency of visit, I would have to say it's probably McDonald's too, unfortunately, because I like will say all the time that I don't like McDonald's. Carly will tell everybody that I do like McDonald's, but I always just get a 20-piece spicy chicken nugget, or not 20-piece nugget. Now I will like I get the spicy if they have it with some ranch. And then Carly always gets fries. I don't order them for myself, so I'll steal some fries from her. And then sometimes I, embarrassingly enough, will eat all 20 of those nuggets when I'm drunk.
I would very easily do that.
Yeah.
I've done not. I didn't eat all 50, but Wendy's does a 50 nuggets for $10 thing,
That's ridiculous.
and I got 50 spicy nugs from Wendy's, and I probably ate 35 of them.
That's pretty impressive.
It was a good day. I was having a good night.
All right, number 3 is Jack in the Box, probably now, just because both places that I've lived now. So when I lived in Arizona, there was a Jack in the Box right next to my house, so we did that as drunk food a lot. And then here, the only thing that's openly is Jack in the Box. So that being said, I haven't really like gone out and got fucked up since living in California. So I haven't like done the drunk food run really, other than like drunk munchies at my own house. But if I was gonna go there, so Carly always gets the. Do you remember like mini tacos from when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Jack in the Box has those, and they're actually pretty decent. Like
We got them
nostalgic.
Yeah, we got them from Costco not that long ago. They were actually pretty good. Throw them in the air fryer.
I mean, they're not, but they are. You know, it's
they're
nostalgic.
not,
more than
yeah,
anything.
they're not good, but
So yeah, we'll eat those. They also have some fucking fire churros. They do like a frosting filled churro essentially. They're
That does sound
delicious. So we
delicious.
always get those, and then I will go back and forth between just like a regular ass burger or like a chicken sandwich there. And they have really good fries at Jack in the Box. So it's good drunk food too. It's making me kind of want Jack in the Box right now. I might have to DoorDash that.
well, yeah, you could when this episode's over.
I could also just drive over there, but Jack in the Box, I will say this, they might have the slowest and or worst service of any other fast food chain. It doesn't matter if you're there for late night food or daytime food. It is so gruelingly slow. And I don't know if that's just because they've like overextended their menu, so they don't like have stuff ready to go. But it is just embarrassing how fucking slow they can be sometimes. Jake and I went there and it took like an hour to get through that fucking drive-through. It might have been a full hour.
An hour might be generous. Like
Yeah.
it might be a little short.
It was so fucking slow, and it's like painful.
Yeah. It's not great, Bob.
Yeah, that's all 3 of mine.
Nice. Next up, which NFL mascot would win in a Royal Rumble?
Okay. Definitely not Brownie.
No, he's first one gone.
Let me look at like pictures of all the NFL mascots.
I have a take here,
Okay.
and it's the Bears.
Okay.
I don't think anything is going to beat a bear. A Dolphin's not going to beat a bear. A Patriot's not going to beat a bear.
Victor the Viking might beat a fucking bear.
A Viking's not beating a bear.
Might.
He's not beating a bear.
Maybe.
He's not beating a bear.
Pat Patriot might be able to if he's got a gun, but not in Royal Rumble.
Dave says DoorDash it while we're live. He's like, get that Jack in the Box.
Yeah, I might.
Giant
Yeah.
ass eagle would do work, but it's just a normal eagle. A bear's
Dude,
fucking
fuck
up an
it.
eagle.
Is Jacksonville's really Sir Purr? Is that for
Yeah,
real?
Sir Purr.
That's
Or not-
embarrassing.
That's not Jacksonville. That's Carolina.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Because there was that video of Robbie Anderson being like, "What's that bear doing up there?" And they're like, "That's Sir Purr." And he's like, "Sir Purr?" They're like, "Yeah, that's what his name is." He's like, "So you call him Sir Purr?"
Yeah, I don't know. The bear, maybe. Billy Buffalo is probably pretty badass.
A bear versus a bull would be pretty sick. A buffalo. The Cowboys, they have revolvers. They're not beating a bear.
Not in a Royal Rumble. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're probably
not in a
using
Royal
gun,
Rumble.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. I'm satisfied.
The lion, it'd be like Bears, Lions,
Lions
Bills.
and Tigers and Bears.
Lions and Tigers and Bears. Pretty much. I mean, basically. But yes, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears mascot. The bear is going to win.
Okay, you convinced me. I'm in.
I like it. What joke/thing in your life made you laugh the hardest that you have ever laughed? I also really appreciate your Carhartt shirt that you are wearing.
Thank you. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Front pocket Carhartt. Let's go.
The vibes
Unplanned.
are high right now.
I also
boys
have a
and
new
girls.
hat that I'm demoing, but not actually demoing tonight. Got the PBR,
Pibber?
baby.
Good old Pibber hat.
It's a pretty good
I
hat.
love it. Dave says he is satisfied with the bear answer. Thank you, Dave, because it's the right answer.
Carly got me this hat when we went to a country concert a couple weeks ago, whenever that was. So, it's a pretty freaking nice hat.
It's pretty sick.
I don't even remember what the question was now. I got too distracted.
What joke and or situation and or thing in your life has made you laugh the hardest you have ever laughed?
That's so hard to answer. Like,
I know the answer for mine. It's a shitty joke. Not even a shitty joke. In Bert Kreischer's, one of his comedy specials, about how his wife goes out of town and he's a shit dad.
Yeah.
And so like he woke up late, so he didn't have time to make his daughter lunch. And so what she took for lunch was a bag of Uncle Ben's Ready Rice that she microwaved for longer than 90 seconds so that it would still be hot when she got to it for lunch.
Oh,
and
man.
then put the open bag in her backpack. It spilled everywhere. So
Oh,
she's like
man.
scooping rice out of her bag because she also forgot a fork.
oh, dude.
I laugh. It's
That's so fucking sad.
It's such a dumb joke, but even just talking about it right now, I'm having a hard time. Not just like perpetually laughing about it, but that's where I'm at.
I did die about the machine. That one fucking killed me.
The machine's a great story.
I don't know.
Dave says the jelly bean episode. The jelly bean episode was fucking hilarious.
The
Watching
one
us,
that like sticks with me the most that like I always remember is just like my dad would like it was one of those ones where like it's kind of a dad joke I guess in general, but like my dad would retell the joke like when he would drink and he would think it was the funniest fucking thing ever, and maybe the first time I ever heard it I was like haha that's pretty funny, and then every time subsequent to that I'm just like yeah it's a fucking dad joke.
yeah,
The joke goes something like this. Pirate walks into the bar. He's got a steering wheel mounted on his dong, right? A
heard
pirate's
this.
ship steering wheel, right? So he goes up to the bar to order a drink. Bartender says, "Hey man, do you know like you have like a fucking ship steering wheel on your dick?" And he's like, "Arg, it's driving me nuts." And my dad thinks that's the funniest fucking joke of all time.
it's a pretty solid joke.
It's pretty good, and like obviously the delivery there is probably subpar because I just don't care. But
But yeah, when you've heard
is-
it 40 times,
yeah, and it's
it
just not
does
that
not
funny
hit the
anymore.
same. Yeah.
That makes sense. It's a pretty good one. The machine definitely got me pretty good. I don't know. That's so hard, dude. I have a terrible memory in general, and let alone trying to recall when I laughed the hardest. Dude, like I was like scrolling Instagram last night, and I sent you a couple, I think, too. That fucking egghead shit. Like,
Yes,
I was,
that was
rolling about that,
fucking
dude. So,
hilarious.
Like,
I
yeah.
woke up this morning and
Sorry.
I was like, I wasn't hungover, but you know, like drunk sleep where it's just not the greatest sleep. It was
Yeah.
that. I woke up and I'm like wiping my eyes and I'm like, I'm not getting out of bed. Let me just scroll Instagram real quick. Oh, Kyle sent me a video. And then I watched the first one that you sent me and I was like, yeah, it's funny. It makes sense. And then I
Yeah.
watched the egghead one and I literally was like, I'm going to fucking piss my pants because I have to be and
Dude,
I'm laughing.
I was dying.
It was
Because it was just like
hilarious.
out of nowhere for me. Like I'm watching, and as I'm watching that, I did not expect it at all. And then fucking dude pops up, and I was crying, dude. I sent it to Carly too. I was like, dude, this is killing me.
Dave loves the driving me nuts joke.
I'll tell Bob for you. Don't worry. Papa Bob will be so happy that his favorite joke is giving Dave some laughter.
I love it. Next question that we got was from the JWB Discord. So thank you, boys. Would you rather make $750 a week for the rest of your life and not have to work, or have to work 72 hours a week until you're 65 years old, but you make $5,000 a week? Assume the job is mundane and not a hobby, and you can have no secondary sources of income.
Okay. Damn. You're talking about getting a little bit more
I know you got to think
introspective here. Yeah.
This one's from Buff from Skyler, so you can thank Buffalo the FF Buffalo for this one.
Yeah, it's a little tough for me because if I have to think about it, and like I'm not trying to like put my salary on a pedestal, but $750 a week is less than what I make right now.
Yeah, it's very much less than
And
what
so
I make right
if
now.
I'd have to I would literally put myself in a position where I would have to lower my standard of living I could not live in this house. I can tell you that much on
Yeah.
that salary. And so, but I mean, conceptually, right? Like if you go 70, what do you say? 75, 72, what was the hours?
72 hours a week until you're 65.
72 hours a week is a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Like that is absurd.
It's 12
And
hours
until
a
you're
day.
65 is a normal retirement timeline, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it is, right? So like that's when you can start collecting Social Security. Or maybe it's like 62 and then it gets like a higher percentage at 65, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I think if I could give me the entire phrasing of the first one again.
Would you rather make $750 a week for the rest of your life and not have to work, or have to work 72 hours a week until you're 65, but you make $5,000 a week? Assume your job is mundane, not a hobby or job that you enjoy,
Yeah.
and you also can have no secondary sources of income for your $750 a week life.
Yeah. No, I'll go 750. That being said, I'd need like some buffer time because dude, I have like, okay, here's like the biggest dilemma in my life, right? Like I have no direction. Like I am
Right.
like living in this coasting mentality right now where like my job is fine, but it's not what I ever thought I'd be doing. And it's
Right.
not something that I really want to be doing. Right. And so it's like, what the fuck am I going to do with my life for the rest of my adult life? And I always like to like, I say it all the time. I'm like, I still don't know what I'm going to do when I grow up. And like that time is like past. Right. So,
Yeah.
I say it jokingly, but I don't know, dude, that's tough. I would just rather not work
Right.
and use that money to try to live a little bit more meagerly. That being said, right, is this just my income or is this spousal income as well?
This is just your income, and this is post-tax as well.
Oh,
So
fuck yeah, brother. Dude, give me 750. I'm not
Yeah,
going to work,
I'm in
and
the-
then I'll make Carly my sugar mama.
I'm in the same
For
boat.
sure.
If you bump that to like 10K though, 10K a week, and work 72 hours a week until I'm 65, that's where I start to like really think about it.
Dude, here's the thing, though, right?
I'll take
Like,
$500,000 a year and work 80 hours a week. That's
5K
what
a
everybody
week,
who goes
though,
into
like-
consulting does.
Here's the thing, dude. Like, I am completely satisfied with the status quo of my life. Like I said, I'm not excited about the job that I do. That being said, I make enough to like I'm satisfied with the status quo of what I do. You know what I or like the lifestyle that I'm living.
Right.
And so for me, if I could make less money and still like just be chill and happy, I'm completely fine with that because I don't think adding in a bunch of extra cash is going to make me any happier.
Right.
Because right now, like, it's not like I'm doing excessive things with my daily spending because I make more money.
Right.
And I know people say that you make more, you spend more, and that's just I don't think that's been true for us other than my house. Like I would have to downgrade my house, which is fine. Like I could live in a smaller house in a different area or whatever. I don't really give a shit about that. I would never move back to Iowa, but I could definitely move to a cheaper place and make less money.
Yo, low key, I was looking at houses about 30 minutes south of you, and I can afford them.
Yeah. You
I'm
if
just
you're
saying.
if you're careful with where you live, you could definitely make $750 a week passively, right? You're not working
Yeah.
and
It
live
is
within
all
your means.
That's like the ideal situation for a lot of people, passive income. So, yep, Kyle and I are both taking the passive income here.
One of the very first episodes we ever did too, I talked like exclusively about how you do not owe your job your life. And if you're working 72 hours a week till you're 65, you have given your life to your job. That's
Yeah.
a fact. Period. Dot. Like you have chosen to sacrifice your own ability to live in order to for the betterment of a company. And
Yeah.
I cannot do that. I
Yep.
will not do that.
Hard pass for me.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. 750.
I sent him a DM on Twitter because I didn't want to butcher the pronunciation of his name. I'm going to go with Zara. And if I mispronounce that, my guy, I apologize. But he's a buddy of mine. We're in a golf group chat together. He's also a big fantasy football guy.
Yep.
Does a lot of really great content on there. You should check him out. But he said
We've
he
inter-
makes less than
Interacted
seven.
a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he makes less than $750 a week in California, and he's chilling. So
That being said, I do want to know what area of California he lives in. You don't have to answer that question, but if you're willing to, I'm curious because less than 750 a week in California is probably pretty tough
yeah,
in a lot of areas.
agreed.
Maybe NorCal.
He said Z is fine. I'm going to take that as I mispronounced his name. So I apologize.
Yeah, he
I'm
probably
not
did.
I'm not great with names, and I've been drinking pretty much since noon. So we are vibing right now.
Yeah.
Next up, what is your most irrational superstition if you have one?
Where is Ventura in comparison to the rest of California? Jake's gonna look it up. I'd rather just ask.
I am gonna look it up.
Superstitions. I don't have any.
It
I'm
is
not superstitious.
northwest of LA.
Okay. Like pretty significantly northwest of LA?
It is. Do you know where Santa Clarita is?
A little bit, yeah.
It's basically dead, like due east of there.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like it'd be tough to me. Good for you, man. Like that is like some probably prime, like primo budgeting that you're doing. That's impressive. And you're probably getting a pretty cool lifestyle out there as well. So yeah, more good on you, man. That's awesome.
My boy golfs all the time. He's chilling.
Fuck yeah, that's dope. Okay. Superstitions on a serious note. Do I have any? I don't think so. I'm not religious. I don't believe in any weird shit. If you watch the episode where Jake tried to get me to talk about superstitions, didn't believe in any of them. So
Jesse's here too. The vibes are high amongst the golf group chat that I'm in. It's basically everybody but Duchesne's. If you guys know, if you're fantasy football people who listen to this podcast, you know Duchesne's on Twitter. Basically, our whole group chat is here. It's Z, it's Jesse, it's Dave, and Duchesne's, and then myself. So,
is this the group you went to the bachelor party with, or whatever it was?
No. You're talking about when I went to Ohio. That was all the JWB guys, but we did golf while we were out there.
But it was not these guys?
It was not.
Oh, okay.
No, these guys are not JWB. Z, I'm pretty sure, is with PFF for some of his work and content. Jesse is, I believe, like the director of content over at Dynasty Nerds. So, really great group of guys. Really appreciate them.
Dude, yeah, that's a lifestyle, bro. That's a vibe.
I've been there.
Fucking edibles and YouTube. I can appreciate that.
I might go take an edible after this just because.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're live on Twitter too. If you guys don't, speaking of, this is like open forum type discussion episode. So if you guys want, you could be on Twitter commenting and chilling and hanging out with us there instead. I know not everybody likes the interface of YouTube. We're also on Twitch and Discord. I'm going to say it in the middle of the episode this time, just in case anybody feels like not being on YouTube, because I know not everybody loves this interface.
But yeah, so my only irrational superstition is I take my multivitamin 3 times a day, because I don't want to get sick, and I just assume that because I take 3 of them a day, I'm not going to get sick. And the only time I've gotten sick recently is when I wasn't taking my multivitamin. So, gonna go with that. And then on a baseball/softball field, I will not step on a line. The foul line at any point, I will not step on it. Even if I'm running the bases, I focus on running through the batter's box in a way in which I don't step on the line. And when I round the bases, I don't step on the line.
Dude, that's like step on a crack, break your mama's back kind of shit.
It is. I'm convinced that when I pulled my hamstring, I stepped on a line that day, and I just didn't notice it.
Oh, my God.
Next up, what is your...
Really quick, Dave, I know you're always on YouTube, and you're always chiming in on YouTube. Just so you know, live chat is not only available in YouTube. You can now also live chat in Twitter, and I think the Twitch is kind of messed up.
You can't on Twitter. Twitter doesn't do it. You have to...
Okay, I was opposite then. So Twitch works, not Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, you have to live stream through their API to have comments. And because of the way that StreamYard, the software that we use, works, it doesn't allow it.
Stupid. Anyway,
Pain.
Yeah. All right, what's
next up? How long could you last on a desert island with only a knife, lighter, and 100 yards of twine?
This is something that I've openly admitted repeatedly over time. I would not survive. Whatever the normal average timeline for how quickly you could starve to death is how long I would survive, which might be like a week, right? And that's assuming I could have water. And that's probably not the right answer, because I probably wouldn't. Like, if it rained and I could drink like rainwater, then maybe I can... Jesse, you can hop in right now for all I care.
Yeah, Jesse, I'll send you the link.
That being said, I truly would not survive. I am like the least outdoorsy person on the planet, probably pretty accurately. I hate bugs. I hate spiders. I hate snakes. I don't know how to forage, or I fucking hate killing things. I don't like the taste of wild meat. I was literally put in a situation one time where and like this is a little bit metaphorical, but like I could only eat this wild dead rabbit or nothing, and I chose not to eat. So
rabbit's delicious.
I don't give a shit, dude. Like,
rabbit stew hits.
I would not survive is the point. Like, the only way that I would is if it was like on like a purely vegetarian diet. And I already said that I can't forage, but if I could try to find like some sort of edible something, then I could maybe survive. But also, I'm terribly allergic to like everything in the fucking woods. So, dude, I'd be so fucked.
You would be fucked.
I'd
make it 6 months, and I'd probably like I honestly, before that though, I'd probably like find my way out, if you know what I'm saying.
If I was partnered up with somebody, maybe I could survive. I don't know, but it'd be pretty tough.
Next question we have is, what is your favorite song at the moment, and what is your favorite TV show at the moment?
Okay. TV show right now is probably Andor. That's pretty close though for me because I've been watching it and I really, really fucking love Andor. I think it's a great show. And I could debate this all day long if people chose to, but I think the problem right now with like the fantasy universe style shows, so Rings of Power, House of the Dragon, Andor, blah 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 blah, anything like that, is people get so wrapped around the axle of like, this isn't perfectly tuned in with whatever book or story or whatever, and they refuse to just take the show as it is and appreciate the fact that they get to be a part of a universe that otherwise they wouldn't be a part of, like in the visual media, right? And so for me, I have loved almost every show that's come out recently. House of the Dragon, I keep saying I'm going to give it another chance because I only watched the first half of the first episode and I didn't really like it. I'm going to go back eventually. I know that I will, and I'll rewatch it. That being said, Andor is probably number 1 for me right now. Rings of Power number 2, and then something else. Like House of the Dragon will probably end up being number 3 for me. We'll see how it goes.
I like it. My favorite show right now, I've been binging Grey's Anatomy. And I don't have the emotional stability in my life to watch this show. I cry in like
I've
every
seen you
episode.
tweet about it maybe, and like I've laughed a little bit because I'm like, how did this suddenly become like your thing?
Bro, I just randomly, like, I always saw clips of it on TikTok, and so I was randomly just like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch Grey's, and then here I am. I started watching it like a week ago when I was sick, and I'm on like season 3, episode 19.
I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy with Carly when we first started dating, and both of us would never like continue to watch that show because it got so fucking ridiculous after a while. I tried to get into The Sopranos, Dave, and Carly wasn't interested in even starting it, so it didn't continue just because it was gonna be just me, and it doesn't really work out if you're married and you're trying to watch a show that the other person hates. What was the other one? Song?
Favorite song at the moment. Uncle Kyle shouted out Jelly Rolls, Son of a Sinner, which is a great song. Z said Rings of Power was great. Andor is a close second. Dragons is aight. And then Dave brought up The Sopranos, which I haven't watched in such a long time, but it is a great show.
I gotta pull up my Spotify and see if I can like look at like my most listened to.
I can tell you my favorite song right now is actually, I'm going to count it. I'm going to preface this by saying it's 3 songs, but I'm going to count it as one because it's a trilogy that's meant to be listened to together. And it is the Pain Remains trilogy by Lorna Shore. You have to be into very heavy music to enjoy it, but it is a phenomenal collection of music. The music videos are very heart-wrenching, and it is just a quality 20 minutes of music through and through. Cannot recommend it enough if you enjoy the style of music.
Can you look at what your most top tracks this month?
There you go.
That's interesting.
What's number 1?
Mine's Linoleum by NoFX.
That's a good song.
It's a good song.
I like NoFX.
So I've been like trying to get myself in shape kind of as best as I can. And I've listened to a lot of like whatever like pump up music and like shit that I used to listen to in high school and shit and like maybe early college because I feel like it does a better job of like making me want to like work out. And so NoFX is number 1 and number 2, which is Seeing Double at Triple Rock is number 2. And then it's like a bunch of classic rock bullshit in here. And soon this is going to switch over though because and I've talked about this before, but when I like do schoolwork and I'm back in school, I listen to London Symphony Orchestra almost exclusively. And so like I just listen to that over and over and over again. And so that's going to be my Spotify top relatively soon. And it is one of my top artists this month already. So,
all right, let's pop this up here. We're just going to welcome Jesse right into the podcast seamlessly and ask him
what's
his
up,
favorite.
Can you guys hear me okay? Am I too
Yes.
loud?
I can
Am I
hear
good?
you. No, you're good,
You are
man.
perfect,
You
my
sound
friend.
Okay. What is up, guys?
What
What's
is
up, man?
up?
You invited me, so I couldn't say no. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pop in. Why not?
I think
yeah.
you invited yourself. And
I
then we
did.
invited you.
I did.
And then you popped in.
I'm always a good time though. I'm not gonna spoil your party. I promise. I
There
promise.
is
can
no spoiling
confirm.
this party. This is just an open dialogue episode.
Okay, so real quick, I just want to tap back into one thing because I was listening to you guys, dude. Jake, Grey's Anatomy. I'm upset that it took you this long to get onto it because
That's what I
that
was trying to
show
talk
is
about.
Let me-
absolutely fantastic. Okay,
Let me
I don't-
clarify.
Oh, I was okay. Hold on, let me finish. I don't watch cable television. I'm a real big snob when it comes to movies and television in general. But Grey's Anatomy is like my guilty pleasure. I don't care. I cry every week. I don't care. I love
It's
that show. It's fantastic.
So good.
It's so
But-
good.
So my wife and I watched it back in college, and we got through probably like the 8th or 9th season,
Mm-hmm.
and then just life got busy, and we just have for whatever reason just like never continued watching it.
Okay.
And then just randomly, I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get into it." And I was like, "This is why I love this show."
It's so good, man. And
just
it's like
hopped.
it's the best.
100%,
100%.
100%. Would you
And
say
Feel
Kyle-
that's
free to throw your Twitter handle into your name there as well. if
Oh,
you
yeah,
wanna
yeah, I can do
get
that.
the
Yeah.
shout out for yourself.
Yeah,
while
no,
you're hanging out
absolutely.
in the
Where do I do that at?
everything's better? Everything's better for clout. I got you. I'll put it in your name for you.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm just trying to talk with the guys, dude. I
Hell yeah.
literally just got off a 12-hour shift at the golf course, so I'm so burnt. I was like, let's just talk with the guys. Let's just
What do you
have
do at the
fun.
golf course?
I work the pro shop, and I do
Oh, okay.
and just main stuff at a golf course. You know, I
Okay.
picked it up. It's my second job, so I just picked it up. I'm obsessed with golf. And Jake
Nice.
knows we're in that little group chat together. So
Oh yeah.
I picked up a job at a golf course, so I get free golf. So
Oh,
that's
hell yeah.
that's like literally the only reason why I got that job. But it's cool.
Dave,
bad.
feel free to join in too if you really feel like it.
Yeah, let's
It's
get it.
Saturday,
Let's
we're
make it a
drinking,
party.
we're
If you
hanging
guys
out.
see my kids in the background, popping in or whatever, don't mind them. They're just being kids,
You are all. My kids are hanging out right behind me right now.
just hanging out, chilling.
That's all I got. That's the
What
dogs.
part of the world are you living in?
I'm in California. I'm in
Okay, me too.
right
Nice.
outside San Francisco.
Okay, I'm by Sacramento.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about an hour from Sacramento.
Yeah. It's
So
not that
like
far,
an,
yeah.
hour south.
Jesse,
do you-
remember when I was messaging in the group that not this most recent trip, but around like the 4th of July, and I was like, I'm going to California to help my friend move.
That was
That was
there.
me.
Insert
yeah.
friend.
Dude, we should have
Yeah.
got together and golfed, man. We should have got together. I'm literally like an hour away. It's not
Kyle
that
doesn't
far.
golf. I didn't bring my club.
It's
You
not that I
better
don't
start,
golf, it's
Kyle.
that I suck at golfing.
But
Yeah,
next
so do
time,
I.
go for the
That's
beer.
okay. Everyone sucks at golf. Unless you're on the PGA Tour, bro, you suck at golf. Sucking at golf is relative. I
I
promise.
actually saw some pro golfers on TikTok that I follow, and they're basically like, if you can break 100, you are good at golf.
yeah.
I've never
you
actually
are-
like paid attention to my
If
own
you can
score.
break
I just
90,
swing.
you're you are very good at golf. Like if you can consistently break 90,
Right.
like so few golfers can actually do that.
Jake, send the link to Dave.
I did. It is in
okay.
the golfer group chat now. So if
Sick.
any of the golfers want to hop on, we'll continue through this episode here.
I gotta open a second beer before you go on to the next question, so I'm assuming
do
you
you-
may or may not need to as well.
What do you rate your first beer?
I need to actually pull it up on Untapped because I haven't done that yet. But this is like the most disappointing oatmeal stout I maybe have ever had.
Oof, pain.
Probably like a 1.75 at best, and that's because I think it's almost like a brown ale more than it is a stout. It was like
makes sense.
really light, and almost none of the flavors that were supposed to be there were there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and open my next one. Jake, what's your rating for your first?
I give mine a 3.5. It's pretty solid. It's not my favorite. I'll drink it again. I didn't get enough maple syrup. That's my biggest complaint there.
Yeah, maple syrup is like it's either there or it's not. There's
Yeah.
no
I get the idea. I get like that it was supposed to be there. It was supposed to be at the party, but it like maybe just popped through and said a quick hello.
All right, this next beer is dedicated to farmers and fermenters.
Ooh.
It's from Rogue, and it's the Pumpkin Patch Ale. Ale brewed with roasted pumpkins.
I've had that one. That one is good. I enjoy
Yeah.
that one. I'm
This
having
is my last pumpkin, I think.
nice. I'm having peanut coated caramel apple, which is supposed to be like a peanut coated, like a hard cider with spices fermented with peanuts.
Hell yeah,
Wow,
brother.
chat. I'm having water, and if in case anybody's wondering, and it's fantastic. It's
You're
good
the
water.
smartest of the group here for that.
No, I
lifestyle
envy
choice.
you guys, man. I envy you guys. I would love to try new beers and just dabble in the arts of brewery
That's all we do.
and stuff. Yeah,
We just drink beer and talk. That's
It's
all
not
we
a
do
re-
for.
It's great until you have a bunch of mid beers in a row and you're like, this sucks.
yeah.
That's true. It can be
Uh,
sad. Z, it is fall beer season. I'm continuing with that. Yeah, I also don't have kids, man, so it's so much easier for me to sit in my little area here and drink beer and hang out.
Just
So
slam a couple, hang out, chill with the
Exactly.
boys.
But so let's get Jesse in on this topic real quick. What's your favorite show at the moment? What's your favorite song at the moment?
Oh, that's a really, really good question for the show and the song. So okay, for show, I'm gonna say Right now, at the very moment, my favorite show is probably House of the Dragon. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really, really good, gives that good Game of Thrones feel.
Right.
Definitely has that essence to it. I didn't think it was going to hold up to the original, but it definitely holds its own weight. Song right now, dude. California Breeze by Lil Baby. I've been
Okay.
bumping that a lot, dude. I've been bumping the Lil Baby album a lot lately. I don't know. It's just a vibe, dude. It's a good song.
I mess with Lil Baby. I like it.
Yeah, he's a good vibe on the golf course. Good vibe just driving through town, wherever. Good song.
I like listening to songs about life that I can never live too. So that's why I
Yeah.
like rap so much. It's like I could never do what you guys do.
Right. As I get older, I really appreciate I listen to music, but I have like friends that are like really into music. Anytime an album drops, like they're there, they have playlists
Right.
and all this stuff. And it's not that I'm not that. I just don't exert my energy towards music. But I think as I get older and as I start to appreciate life and its offerings a little bit more, I think like I'm gravitating towards like expanding my music listening portfolio, I guess.
Yeah, I got you.
Because like you said, you get to experience, like a life that you don't get to live, and you just get to listen to it. You get to listen to
Right.
other people talk about stuff like that. So it's cool, dude.
I like it. Kyle, roll your chair back towards your wall and then roll it back forward. It should fix the
Every
camera
once
there
in a while
for
it
you.
does this, and like
I know.
sometimes it'll fix itself, and sometimes it just stays that way for the rest of the time. So I'm not
It
that worried
is
about it.
the one downside to our cameras here. All
Yeah,
right,
both have the same
next
camera.
next question that was sent in. What is a legitimately terrible movie that you truly just enjoy watching?
Okay. Oh man, I thought you were just gonna say what's a legitimately terrible movie, and I was gonna have plenty to talk.
There's
Yeah,
about.
so
I got a long list of those.
But something that I watched that I know is bad.
Mm.
If you said show, I could say it because I
Let's do that too.
So recently rewatched and Carly hated it. It was like the most brutal thing for her to have to deal with for a solid week. But I rewatched the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it is
Oh.
legitimately the worst writing in the history of television. It is so fucking bad. Dave's here too. Welcome,
We're getting
Dave.
Dave up in the chat as well.
Dave, my
And
man.
it doesn't matter because even though the writing is the fucking worst, the storyline is somehow still good. And
Yeah.
So I watched the first season again.
It's got
I
that
like it.
nostalgia factor
Mm-hmm.
to it, right?
That's what it's all about. 100%.
Dave, as you were joining, did you hear the question?
No.
What is a legitimately terrible movie that you enjoy watching, or TV show? We've pulled TV shows into this too.
All
For
of
me,
them.
All of
you ain't wrong.
The
A
dumber
lot
the
of-
better. Give it to me.
Jake, you probably have something at this point by now. The original Point Break, Z, is bad and great.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that actually might be mine. Not Point Break, but Total Recall with Schwarzenegger.
I'm
Okay.
now
that might
so
be the worst and
Hold on,
only movie
I-
that I have to watch.
I had all these questions beforehand, so you would think that I had an answer prepared, but I now have to figure out what movie this is. If anybody can think of the name before me, it's a Steven Seagal movie where he's like in prison, and then the prison gets raided by people trying to break a certain person out of the prison.
Oh, I
It is
know what you're talking
it's
about.
so bad, but I love watching that movie, but I cannot remember the name of it right now.
That sounds a lot like that. Is it an Ethan Hawke movie? With the same exact fucking concept. They're like locked in a police station.
That one's actually pretty. I like that movie. I know
Yeah,
which
it's
one you're
not bad.
talking about. What is this fucking movie called? Christ.
I bet most of these movies that fit this category could probably be from the 80s. Like 80s movies
Yeah.
were so bad and so good. At the
I'm
same
No,
trying to
not
think
even
of-
80s movies. It's 90s movies.
Probably.
Yeah.
Any like Disney Channel movie? Don't care though. I'll watch it. Like
Facts.
Yeah.
like Brink. Give it to me.
Oh,
Just-
dude,
I mean,
Brink's so
it's-
good.
Yes.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
are
like,
right,
the
though. It is so bad.
It's
You are
so
so
bad,
right.
but it's
Yeah.
so good. That's not my
You're right.
choice, but like that's just a really good example of like a '90s movie that just like really like if you watch it today, you're like, God, what was like? What? Why did I think I could rollerblade professionally after this?
So
like why?
I used to like quote unquote aggressively rollerblade when I was younger.
I like
and I did
it.
it with, and that was like, I have a friend still from back in the day who has a like cellophane wrapped still VHS of Brink that he will like cherish as like the number
That's
one
hard.
That's
like
sick.
most awesome item in his life because
Oh.
he still rollerblades and shit. And so like you're talking about not only nostalgia for like the general population, but for the rollerblading community, that
Oh,
movie
dude.
is like the best thing of all
That's
time.
the pinnacle of everything
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Z got the movie. It's called Half Past Dead. I loved it. I love that I had to Google that movie and Z just comes out of nowhere, just dropping bombs on us.
The
I'm
Z
trying
bomb.
to think. I don't know. I feel like Jurassic World And like the first one was entertaining, but the next two are just ass. But like I'll watch anything with Chris Pratt and a dinosaur. Like I just
Facts.
sign me up. You know,
Yeah.
like the third Dominion was like probably the worst movie I've seen in a really long time. I'll watch it. I'll watch it again, time and time again, man.
I love it.
The,
All right.
What was that? Like the UFC wannabe movie that came out.
Warriors, a great
Warrior.
fucking movie.
No,
You
no,
should
that's
have
a
gotten it.
great movie,
no,
though.
No. The
Oh, Never Back Down.
Never Back Down.
Never
There you
Back
go.
Down.
Yes,
Hey,
okay,
that
yes,
movie is
yes.
so good, though. That movie,
But it's so bad.
sucked. It is so
Yeah,
bad.
the
but,
acting
like,
is
it so-
horrible.
So, like,
You get
that's another
super
one.
roped into it. I remember when that came out when I was like, I don't
When he
even know how
like
fucking
fights
old
him
I
in
was.
his dad's backyard when
Yes.
like, they have the
Yeah,
mansion
yeah.
party, he like ropes him into the fight and stuff,
Yes.
and you're just like, oh, dude, and
That movie
it's so
sucked.
bad.
I just
And-
love that Jesse and I were so ready to jump on the Warrior defense train because critics pan that
Oh.
movie so hard, but
Dude,
it's
that
in my,
movie's
it's probably my top
incredible.
5.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
It is so good.
Dude, when I saw Never Back Down for the first time, I remember I was with a guy that I went to high school with when we watched it, and he's like, "I'm gonna go sign up for a UFC gym right now." It's like,
Bro, I was
you're
watching
fucking not.
I was watching the fights earlier today, and I was like, "Babe, I think I could be a fighter. I could do it."
Oh,
and then I
man.
remember that my head
No.
hurts if I turn my head like the
Yep.
wrong way
Right.
too quick.
Not happening.
I can cuss
Same.
myself if I sneeze too hard.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather your favorite team win a Super Bowl, or would you rather have $10,000?
Oh, favorite team win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Hands
I think
down.
that's
You
the
could
answer.
increase that amount to probably like 150,000, and I wouldn't blink. I'll take the
I wouldn't
Super
do
Bowl.
that.
I'll
I
take
would
the
not do
Super
that.
Bowl. No, I'm a Chargers fan, dude. I'm in pain. I am in pain constantly.
I am a Bears fan, and I'll take the 10 grand.
I'm a
Give me-
Dallas
give me the
fan,
money.
and I would take the money.
Kyle-
because you've had them. You've had a
That's true.
plethora
We
of
have had
Super
them.
Bowls. You've been fortunate, but I can't.
There's
say
probably
that.
is a line, and we could
There's
probably
a
play
line.
this line, right? Like at what dollar amount
So let's
would
do
more
it.
of
Let's
us
do it
say
right
yes?
now with Jesse. Let's do it.
All right. What dollar
So
amount?
we already know that Jesse's at like up
I'm
to
at
150.
150. Yeah, that's where I start to get a little,
I'll take 10. I'll take 10.
All right, so Dave and I will have to break this, right? So like, what would I take 10? Probably take the Super Bowl there. Okay, so give me like at 25, Dave. Are you taking the team or the money?
Shit, bro. I'll take fucking $25. Oh, I don't know if I can swear, but
Yeah,
You can fucking swear. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
I'll take $25, man. Give me that.
25 grand. You're
I
saying
know, I know, I know. I'm
$25?
just thinking of
Dave's
the
taking
Super Bowl?
20. Dave's
I'm making
taking a
fun.
nice.
I'm not a crazy fan and person like that. I do love my teams through and
Oh.
through, but like, it's not my identity type of thing.
Oh man,
Damn.
I'm not Jesse.
I'm
It's
not
gonna be
goofy
harder to
like
find the
Jesse.
line here. Then.
Dave, I'm a prideful human being, man. You give me the Super Bowl that I can talk about for the rest of my life. That 150 grand, it just means nothing. It means absolutely nothing to me. What am I going to spend 150 grand on? Nothing. What am
So-
I going to talk about for the rest of my life? Chargers won the Super Bowl.
That's fair.
You raise a
But-
very good point.
but you're
and
not gonna-
I'm very
you're-
big on experiences over financial things like that. So
But think about how many experiences you can create with 150 grand.
I think you take me up to 50 grand, and I will take the Super Bowl. But at 50 grand, I'm taking the money.
what's Jesse's line then? 200? 250?
You say that though, but let's think about this. You're going to talk about the Super Bowl for the rest of your life, but if somebody handed you $150,000,
Yes,
you're
okay,
also
so-
going to talk about the fact that somebody handed you $150,000.
Hyperbole aside, right? Like legitimate question. Somebody walks up to me and they have $150,000 in a briefcase. They say, "You could either take this or the Chargers will win the Super Bowl." I'm hezzy. I am hezzy as shit
Yeah.
because I have wanted the Chargers to win a Super Bowl my entire life.
Yeah.
My
See-
entire life. We've never sniffed one, man. We've never even come close. So for me, it's like, could I find ways to get $150,000 in my life? Yes.
That's
Am I
fair.
going to find a way to find a Super Bowl for the Chargers? Probably not, because I'm not the GM. I'm not a player. Nothing like that. So legitimately, I would have a really tough time passing the $150,000. I'd have to look that person dead in the eyes and be like, "You have to guarantee me that they're going to win the Super Bowl this year."
Yeah.
And if they can guarantee it, no matter what, I'm going to take the Super Bowl. man.
200.
It's going to take.
200.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
10K is a lot of money.
10K.
So
is
if
a
somebody
lot
came
of
up to
money.
me, like, for example, and they were like, "I'll pay off your mortgage or the Cowboys get a Super Bowl," I'm like, pay my fucking house off, bro. Pay my fucking house off. 100%. You know, like it's yeah, it's
See,
tough.
Financial
for-
struggles come and go, but
Yeah.
banners hang forever. Banners hang
at
forever.
the stadium, maybe.
That do be facts though.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
But
that.
I do want to say I think me originally being a baseball fan before a football fan more than anything impacts my standing here. Because if I was more of just like, if football was my only sport, like my number one for my whole life, I think I would be closer to like Kyle's number of like 50K. But having had a Cubs World Series in 2016, like that was everything I needed in my life, and I've been chilling since. So
I'm a Cardinals
Yeah.
fan. I got mine in 2011.
Raptors
good.
won a few years
Good,
ago.
bro.
Recently, Raptors won.
all right, next up, who's your biggest celebrity crush?
Oh,
Eva
dude,
Longoria. Next question.
I love
that's
it.
a good one.
That is a good one. That's a classic too.
I've answered this question.
Jess and I just rewatched Desperate Housewives not that long ago. So
I've answered this question a couple times in the last like 5 years, and every time I've answered it, somebody's like, "Really?" And then I'll go look at recent pictures, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like for a while, right? Like as a big Tron fan, Olivia Wilde in Tron was like the shit.
good
You talk
choice.
about Olivia Wilde in Grey's Anatomy too, right? And like, I remember thinking like, "Hell yeah, that's my celebrity crush." And then somebody like, I maybe said that in the last 2-3 years, and somebody was like, "Are you for real, dude?" And I went and looked at recent pictures of her, and I was like, "Oh shit, man, she is not aging well at all. Like she's had a shitload of fucking, plastic surgery, and it has not turned out well." So that was one for me at one point in time. I'd have to think more recently to try to figure out like a recent celebrity crush.
We're
is the
talking about
question.
celebrity crush. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
yep, for me, Blake Lively, easy.
Oh, easy money.
Next
I
question.
like that. I
Okay,
like that one.
That's a good one.
Victoria Justice.
Also solid.
You already said Eva Longoria.
Yeah,
You have two?
need both.
Mine is without a doubt, till death do us part, Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
ScarJo's good.
Very, very
Done
solid
deal.
answer.
Solid pick.
That's the only one. That's the only one, man.
Yeah.
Z hit us with Demi Moore and She-Hulk.
Who's She-Hulk?
Have you not watched the new She-Hulk show?
I haven't watched anything like Marvel DC in forever. I think they've all kind of gone downhill.
You should check it out. I actually don't know who plays She-Hulk though, so that's a good.
I don't either.
Let me. Tatiana Maslany.
I don't know who the fuck.
Yeah,
that
no
is.
idea who that is, but
What's that,
I'm
Tatiana?
gonna figure it out.
I ain't gonna lie, my longest standing one of all time is Emma Watson. I'm a
Yeah.
big
yeah.
Harry Potter fucking nerd.
I respect that.
I respect it.
That's
Me and
probably my
Kyle are the
longest
same
standing one.
person. I align with Kyle on like 99 of 100 things.
Except
Yeah,
when he
dude.
aligns with Jake.
Emma
Yeah, except
Watson is
that.
like,
Good thing it's rare.
there's like
Damn,
those
that's
moments
crazy.
too where you're like, it's attainable with Emma Watson. Like if I met Emma Watson, could I have a
possible.
chance? Maybe. Not so much with some of the other ones.
Z says not the actress that plays She-Hulk, actual She-Hulk.
Z's on some bullshit right now, but
He's vibing right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for me. Yeah.
So Blake Lively has kind of always been my go-to answer, but I gotta say that Julianne Hough is very up there.
Okay.
She's very, very attractive. There's probably more.
What's the name of the female main character from Too Fast, Too Furious?
Yes.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
'Cause
The
at
girl
the
that plays
time-
Mia, right?
Yes.
That's her
no,
name. Mia.
no. Too Fast, Too Furious.
It's
Oh,
Oh, Eva
Oh, yeah.
Mendes.
Eva
Eva Mendes. There you go.
oh, that's
Eva-
not who I
Yeah.
was thinking of.
She's
At the time,
I just watched
Eva
the-
Mendes was probably like the hottest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Who's
I
in
just-
the first Fast and the Furious? There's a woman there. Very
I think that's what you're talking about with.
That's the Mia that we're talking
Mia,
about,
Mia,
and that
yeah.
is 1 second, I'll get it.
also a good celebrity crush at the time, but
Very solid.
that's a vague definition of celebrity because what has she done other
Yeah.
than the Fast and the Furious series? Nothing.
Jordana Brewster has done quite a bit, actually.
Boom.
Eva
Money.
Mendes
Sir.
is what I was talking about.
Oh, Eva Mendes. She was in. She played Will Ferrell's wife in The Other Guys, which I just
Yes,
watched.
she did. Yeah, yeah, that's good,
incredible
yeah.
movie.
Phenomenal
one.
choice. I fell asleep.
It's
it was
streaming
after.
on something right now.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
We watched it after the podcast that we did when I was
Jennifer
in
Love
California. Kyle.
Hewitt says Uncle Kyle. Really?
I respect it.
I
It's
like
pretty
that
solid.
Too. Like that pick.
If animals could talk, which animal would be the rudest,
Rudest.
and why is it cats?
Canada geese.
Whoa,
Easy.
whoa. We're not going to talk about. We're not going to slander cats in here.
I
a
said
big
that
cat
just
fan.
to piss off Kyle, and I love that it pissed off Jesse too. Let's talk.
Not going to slander cats here.
Cats
I'm
are
a big,
assholes.
I'm
I
a
love
big
cats,
cat guy.
but
I'm
cats
a
are assholes.
Big cat guy.
I don't know, man. It's like cats are dicks when they need to be. Like if you're
Yeah.
a fucking shitty person, cats
Right.
hate
Fair.
you. For
Like-
example, when I first met my wife, I hated cats and cats hated me. And it's because I was an asshole. And since then, I've befriended cats and now cats are amazing. Like
Yeah.
they love me. Their personality's great.
Uncle Kyle throws out raccoons in the chat.
I don't think so. I think raccoons would be fucking homies.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
They'd be
They're
like,
just trying to
bro, just
survive.
give me a little bit of food.
Little trash
They'd
panda
be
never hurt
hanging out on
nobody.
this fucking podcast, dude. We're all a
Hell
bunch
yeah.
of trash pandas.
I think the rudest one would probably be like orca whales. Like, cause they're just dicks, bro. Like the way they eat seals and stuff like that. Like the orca whales are just assholes, man. Like if they could talk, bro, I feel like they would just be flipping you off. Like they'd just be trying to run you down on the street. Like they're just assholes, man.
I'm
I
actually
think
going
the
to change my answer.
Are we saying like it must be a mammal?
No,
Okay.
if animals could talk is the question.
Oh yeah, for sure, a
Does this
killer whale.
include insects?
Oh yeah, mosquitoes are going to
Bowser.
be dicks.
Scorpions. Fuck scorpions.
I feel like scorpions kind of though are like cats. They're just kind of dicks when
Nope.
they need to be.
Scorpions
Scorpions
are
don't
fucking dicks.
sting.
I've never
randomly.
Yes,
I've
they
never
do.
seen a scorpion and been like, yo,
sting-
that dude's not on my vibe though. You know what
Scorpions
I'm saying?
are
Like,
dicks.
I've never seen a scorpion that wasn't just chilling.
Yeah, right. Like they don't go looking for trouble.
So-
like I feel like they're just kind of mellow.
When I lived in Arizona, I didn't know anything about scorpions when I first moved there. And I went up to put on my pants one morning, and a fucking scorpion fell out of the bottom of my pant leg. And it's the most terrified I've ever been in my life. Scorpions are fucking dicks, and they're just looking for a place to fuck you up. I hate scorpions.
Dave said Canadian geese, and then Z goes.
I suggest
"If
you
got a
let that
problem
one
with Canadian
marinate." That's a
I
good one.
love it. I'm
We're
gonna change my
savage.
answer though. Dolphins. You know why? Dolphins fuck people.
Oh,
Dolphins are wild.
Dolphins are dicks.
Yeah.
People
Wasps.
are dicks to
I
dolphins.
feel like just
but
sea animals are just dicks in general. Like they're just assholes.
you have to be a special kind of asshole to live in the ocean.
Right. That's just a prerequisite.
I feel like Carly would have a good answer for this. So I'm gonna
Mosquitoes.
message her.
Mosquitoes definitely. Bunch of assholes.
Snakes might be dicks too. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, dude. I
know.
hate snakes, but I feel
I
like
fucking
those,
hate
those dudes are
snakes.
pretty chill though. Like I feel like if you get to know them, like they'll be pretty solid. They're like that one person in high school that like you just kind of stayed away from because you
And then
thought they
tw-
were an asshole,
Dude.
and then 10 years later you come to find out like this guy's probably the coolest guy I've ever fucking met. You know? Like,
Facts.
that's what
I
I
might
think.
have it. I might have it.
Nah,
Alright, we
snakes
got-
are snakes.
Ostriches.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
kind
They're pretty
yeah.
fucking mean, bro.
I think birds in general. Like I think
Yeah.
a
they're
lot of
pretty
birds would be
intolerant.
assholes.
They're just dicks.
Geese really are assholes.
Pigeons too. Like pigeons are just like the way they look at you, like when you're walking. Like there's just something weird going on with those things. You know?
Ostriches are pretty fucking dickish, bro. Like there's an ostrich farm in Arizona. If you
Yeah,
ever
there
find
is.
yourself in between Phoenix and Tucson, there's an ostrich farm there on Highway 10.
Can confirm. Kyle took
Highway
me there.
10. Okay, cool. Good to know.
And if you go there, it's a pretty cool fucking place. It's like a petting zoo. And everything is awesome except for the ostriches. You can feed them and they'll fucking stab the piss out of your hand with their beak.
Yeah, they hurt the. They
and they're
hurt
just
my hand.
mean. They're
That
also
doesn't
like they
surprise
fuck each other up too. Like half of them are just like missing half their feathers because they'll like fight each other and shit.
Jeez.
They're dicks, dude.
That's wild. All right, we only
Wow,
have a
wow.
few more. Invent a sport right now.
Oh man.
Ventus Sport.
I got it. I'm just gonna create competitive beer darts. So I want there to be a scoring system, and I also want people to get points for accomplishing things while more intoxicated. So I'm basically just taking a sport and amplifying it to a new level.
What's beer darts?
You never played beer darts?
No.
Jesse, Dave, either of
Nope.
you know what beer darts is? Okay, so beer darts, you take a can of beer, you put it between your legs, you sit across from other people who have a can of beer, put it between their legs, and when I say between your legs,
I've seen
you put it on the
variations of this.
ground
Yeah.
between your feet.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
like sitting
Okay.
right in front of your crotch.
I got nervous for a second. Like,
Yeah.
what are you
I got excited
participating
for a
in, Jake?
second.
And then you throw darts at the can. They have to be metal tip darts because how else are they going to pierce the can? It's a closed can of beer. If it hits the top half of the can, you drink to the hole. If it hits the bottom half of the can, you finish it. And then if you run out of beer, you have to go get another case of beer to keep playing. But
I've heard of some variation of that before. Also, Uncle Kyle said foot golf, and that is
That's a thing.
definitely a thing.
That's
That's a thing
definitely a
already.
thing. Yeah.
There's like Tyler courses dedicated to that. Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to
tough,
diminish
dude.
a sport, but
I was thinking like dodgeball, but open space, like paintball type of thing, but it's not really new. Same.
It's kind of new.
Yeah.
It's a little spin on dodgeball / paintball.
If you
Pretty
played
good.
like dodgeball on a football field, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
Just like obstacles everywhere you could hide behind.
And you can go anywhere. Like
oh,
there's no
God.
middle line that you can't cross, or you make a rule that like in soccer where only or like kids soccer where only like 2 people can cross the line at a certain time unless there's a certain ball that allows you to go multiple people past the 50-yard line. I think you could make that work. I think it'd be pretty sick.
Damn.
Is there
I
a
don't
competitive
have
hide and seek with like punishments?
Punishments.
Like I
Ooh.
find you and you have to like do something.
I don't know if I've ever heard of
That's
anything
it. That's
like
the
that.
sport. Competitive
Sinister.
hide and seek.
I like
There's
it.
there's a punishment. I don't know what the punishment would be. I'm not that creative. There you go. There's the sport.
Uncle Kyle says no golf with, or okay, so he's saying golf with offensive and defensive line. So mixing football and golf. Bro, imagine that. You got to jump
I don't
in
know
front
how
of a
that would
golf
work.
ball. Wyatt,
Fuck
They've done that already.
Wyatt B_FF on Twitter hit me in the head with a golf ball. So I'm going to vouch against that sport.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that story.
Can you imagine how terrifying that would be if you just have to like,
I'm-
stand there and like guard
Bro,
against
but
a golf
if,
ball?
bro, if you gave me Jared Goff's salary to do that, though, I'm in.
No.
I'll do it for $40 million.
Can you
hit
wear
me
a
with it.
helmet?
Yeah. I'm going to make that rule.
That makes it a
Jared
little
Goff.
better, I guess.
I can tell you, getting hit in the head with a golf ball, not as bad as you would expect.
It was pretty fucking bad. You had a ginormo goose egg on your
Yes,
fucking
I
face.
did.
But
I
terrifying.
very much did.
What? What happened?
So we were playing a scramble. Wyatt was the last to go. I put it to like 4 feet, not to brag, kind of bragging. So nobody was going to hit it closer than me because nobody else in our group was as good of a golfer as I can be. And so he topped his ball. It only went like 10 feet in front of us. So I just went to like click it up real quick and grab it for him. And he wasn't paying attention. And we'd been drinking at this point in the day, admittedly. And he dropped another ball out of his pocket and didn't look up and just whacked it. And so like I bent over to pick up the ball. My brain heard, "Why is your ear ringing?" Thwack. And then I was just like, I never lost consciousness. I was completely fine. Like literally besides the fact that I had a shiner, I was good.
A shiner's one way of putting it.
I don't know if I'm walking away from that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
if it
that
would
might
have
have been the end of
inches
me.
in one other direction, it might have fucking killed
Oh
me.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
shout out to my sunglasses for saving my temple. Otherwise, might
Yeah.
be in a different situation here.
Yeah.
Might be doing this podcast from the hospital still.
I don't have a take on a sport. I'm gonna be honest. I'm thinking, and I can't think of one.
I'm trying to think of like if I've ever created a game or sport in my life, but it's really just like I did with this game. It's just a variation of another game.
We were way more creative as children, dude. Like the games and like what could have been sports is when I
Yeah.
was a kid was ridiculous. Like
Oh yeah.
we played like oh god, I can't even remember what it was fucking called.
We mixed wall ball with Foursquare. We made that a thing.
Mm.
Dude, we did this like variation of hide and seek where it was like vampires versus something when we were kids, and you'd like run around and like it would turn into like I don't know, dude. It was fucking wild.
Oh, competitive cops and robbers, like on bikes.
Hell yeah.
And like, yes.
I'm
Oh,
in.
dude, Kyle. Yes, dude. Let's go. Yes, competitive cops and robbers on bikes. And like, if you get caught, you actually go to jail or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, something like
spend the night in
it's
jail.
really do
I'm
or
so
die.
in.
you know?
I'm in. I'm
Dude,
playing. When
That
we
sounds fun.
All right, so we're meeting in California next month. We're gonna play competitive cops and robbers. Loser goes to jail for 24 hours. Thoughts?
Yes, I'm
Damn.
with it.
How do you
I'm
convince
so
the
down.
cops to put you in jail for 24 hours?
I don't know.
You
Well,
just-
I
I
can
get them
convince
on
him.
board.
I can convince.
Dave's like,
Public
I got that. I got
intox,
that.
yeah.
Don't worry.
We all have to like strap drugs to our bikes or something like that. Like it's got to be, something crazy. Like the Ricky Bobby where he like tells him like I put a
Yeah.
kilo of cocaine on the bottom of your car and he just starts going. Yes.
I got a
Oh,
kilo of
man.
yayo taped on the other side of this car.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's a good one.
All right, that's
Yeah.
my game. That's my game.
I like it. All right, last one. What's one of the best sounds that you've ever heard in your life?
Oh man, these are good questions.
Twitter doesn't disappoint when you ask him for questions.
A nice like pop sound. Some popping.
I like a nice like cork pop, like you pop a cork out of a bottle of
Nice cork
champagne.
pop. A nice
like
cork
it.
pop. So relieving. Like
Yeah, it's it's just satisfying.
It's
Just
satisfying. Oh
I'm
shit!
gonna say just a
Kyle, you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Hold on. What? Did I teach you how to do that?
No.
My uncle taught me how to do
Done that
that
since I was
growing
a
up, and
kid,
you were
yeah.
the only other person besides myself and my uncle who I've ever seen do that in my life. And I just
I think I learned
connected
that
with
in elementary school. Yeah.
you, and I have connected on a whole new level in this episode, Kyle.
Ugh,
and we've been doing this podcast for like a
connections.
year and a half, and we've known each other for like
the
5
brotherly connections. They're so
Look at
good.
you guys. Look at you guys just coming closer together, one episode at a time. This is beautiful.
The Saturday night special epi.
He's doing a little too
Right.
much now.
Magic
You've overdone
happens.
it. You need
He's
to
just
chill out.
he's just
Chill
pumped.
out.
He's just pumped, Kyle. He's
The
pumped. that
vibes
he's
are high. The
connecting.
vibes are high. Okay.
Best sound.
It's
I'm
easily
surprised one of you guys hasn't chimed up and said like the sound of like the golf ball just
That-
getting fucking
that's
was
smoked.
just
that's
about to
where I
say
was
that.
gonna go. I was gonna say just the sound of a nice pured
Yeah.
just iron
drive,
is
yeah.
it
Or
for
an
me.
iron,
It's
yeah.
just a nice pure iron.
Crack of a bat.
That's a
That's
good
that's
one,
my answer. Just a purely barreled home run, but you have to listen to it in unique circumstances. So I have had the pleasure of playing baseball growing up with professional athletes, and like hearing them hit a wood bat when there's no other sounds. There's none of the sounds
Yeah.
of the stadium. It's just pure BP sounds. Just hearing them hit a baseball, it's one of the most amazing sounds that you can hear.
It's something special.
Outside of a symphony orchestra, if the answer to this isn't sexual, I don't know what it is.
Z wants
not
10
gonna
reps
lie.
on the bench right
How,
now.
how much to get you to do it right now, Jake?
For free.
It's only 25 pounds on the bench.
Okay.
Let's go.
I want to see what the dogs do when he.
They're already concerned.
Dad,
I made
don't
fun
pick
of him
those
one
up.
time.
You know what happened last time.
So when
the
he moved to
camera
this
wasn't
house,
on.
I gave him a lot of shit because we were setting up for the first episode as he was moving into this house, and his bench had literally like 5-pound weights on either side, and he was gonna do an episode with that in the background. And I was like, bro, you might want to change that out. You might not want to be that embarrassed. And he's like, oh shit, dude, I didn't even know. And literally, he had like literally 5-pound weights.
What is that's 20? That's 25. He said.
I think so, yeah.
Hey. Good
Those are
for
good
him.
reps.
Pumping. Good
I think I
pump.
have admin powers. I should just like delete him off of this and we can continue talking and make him think that he's like, there we go. All right. Just let him sit there and fucking crack the
You gotta
reps.
tell him, hey, we didn't see any
Oh,
of that,
okay.
dude.
All right, all right.
Hey,
You're an
dude,
asshole.
did, you,
Bro.
did you do it?
I hate you, Kyle. I
You
did
got a good pump. You
15.
did get a good pump.
I did
Hey.
15, and Kyle pulls me out of the stream.
So Jake had some admin issues there. Sorry, guys. Don't know what happened there. But yeah. All right, man. A couple things from a sound perspective, right? And I think we need to focus on what's worse too. Crunching is the worst thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, and crunching sounds drive me fucking crazy. And I don't understand how people do ASMR and enjoy it.
I don't
That's
either.
all I gotta say about that.
It's like torture for me, ASMR. Bro, stop. Oh,
So my wife has a for lack of a better term, like a nature cam set up, and because we get a lot of wildlife in this area, and she'll feed like some of the wild animals, like bird seed or whatever, and like all sorts of shit. Well, we get possums now, and they'll sit there and just crunch in the camera. They're just like crunch, 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 and it drives me fucking crazy. I hate it. That being said, it's kind of cool to see the possums just like chilling, but I hate that fucking sound so much.
Yeah.
I can't stand chewing either.
It drives me
It's
crazy.
on my fucking nerves.
We were talking about it when we were on vacation
Hi,
in
Jess.
California. Hi, Jess. She said, hi, letting the dogs out.
We heard her.
Well,
Mike's sensitive now, bro. You gotta realize.
it's not really that sensitive. It's very solid. Sure, MV7, great investment. Not as cool as Jesse's mic, but it's fine.
It's a nice mic. Nice
All right.
freaking
Sure of it.
arm. That thing's legit.
Mine's pretty solid. You and I have the same one.
Mine sucks. I got the short version, so to speak, and so it's like, I don't know, it barely reaches my face. Also, so to speak.
I got
Anyways,
this
boys.
long ass one. It's just
Yeah, mine's
it's everywhere. You know.
mine is. Hold on.
Yeah.
Way too much. Way more than I need.
Yeah.
But also, I just moved it to a different spot on my desk, so that's the only reason it's short. When it was back in the corner before, it made sense. Anyways, boys, Jesse, Dave, thank you guys for joining us this evening.
Thanks
you
for
guys are
having me.
welcome on the podcast whenever you would like.
Yep.
Let people know where they can find you. Let them know any of the work that you guys do. If
The
you do
handle.
anything.
The handle. You can. I'm literally just on Twitter to shitpost at this point. I
too.
just hang out. You know,
That's a
shitpost
vibe.
on Twitter. You know, whatever. Like it's just. I'm out here just living life. If you want to go follow me, then feel free. You can hit me up and tell me. I don't know, just about your day. You know, just send me a DM. Tell me about your day. What did you eat? What are you guys into? You know, whatever. That's yeah. So, oh yeah. Also, Dynasty Nerds. Those are my guys. Love them. I'm wearing the shirt right now. Anything that I do over there, you know, with those guys, they're incredible. So you can find me over there too.
Dynasty Nerds is legit. I didn't know you were a part of it, and then I saw the shirt and I connected the dots. So
Yeah.
it's legit.
I'm kind of like low key, like not like I do work with. I've known Jared and their whole entire crew for a really really long time, for years since I got into the fantasy industry. I'm not as involved as I used to be, but I'm definitely, you know, those are my guys.
Right on, man. Dave.
You can find me in the live chat comment section of Two Average Husbands once a
Hell
week,
yeah, you can.
and occasionally on the show. And I don't know, I'm on Twitter at TorontoFF8. Let's get it.
I love it. I love it. Kyle, do your spiel.
As always, thanks for joining us for another
I was
episode of
gonna
Two
say,
Average
are you just
Husbands.
re-introing the podcast?
Jake's on Twitter at Perry_FF. I'm on Twitter at Kyle Anderson. You can find us at number 2 AVG Husbands on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find us pretty much all over the place now in terms of streaming medium, whether it be Google Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, blah, 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 blah. We're pretty much all over the place now. So interact with us. Let us know what you got going on. Throw us topics and other things to talk about on Twitter and on Instagram. We'll respond to those, and we'll make sure that we talk about those things while we are on the podcast. Other than that, Jake can close us out.
Kyle
Also, rate
covered-
your last beer.
This beer is a 4.75. This is fucking amazing. It tastes like peanuts
4.75
on
out of 5. That's legit.
It tastes like peanuts on a caramel apple in
Also,
a liquid
I do
form.
have Lewis
Wow.
back. And
He's
he
also
says,
influenced by the
peace out.
vibes tonight. That bumped it up a 0.25.
That might have
4.5
bumped it up a
It's a
0.25.
0.25 bump.
This beer was actually really good too. Jake, you said you've had this one before. This one's probably a 4.25,
It sounds about right. That one's
but it's
very
pretty
good.
legit. It's good.
I like it. Kyle covered most of the stuff. If you have anything you want to see us talk about, let us know. If you have anything you want to see us drink, as long as we can get it, we will do it. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you on the next episode. And as always, don't forget to tell somebody that you love them.
Peace.